Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we have a really interesting topic. Like, what is the number one problem with men and women?
Yeah.
I don't know. But we'll find out. That's what the whole point of the video is. We're going to find that out. So shall we get into the first?
Yeah, let's get into it.
What is the number one problem facing men today, and what is the number one problem facing women today?
The number one problem with men is that they don't tell women the truth, and the number one problem with women is that they can't handle the truth. Simple.
So a short but sweet clip here. Yeah. What do we think? So number one problem with the guys is they don't tell women the truth. Well, I don't know if it's just women, but just the truth
They
generally.
don't tell the truth.
They don't tell the truth. But let's focus out to the women's side of things as well. And then number one problem with women is
they can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Do we think that's fair? What do you think? Is that a big issue that we're all having?
I hate to say, but yes.
Okay, end of the end of it.
End video. I think that's true. I mean, I think as we've seen with a few other videos, women rate themselves higher on the scale of 1 to 10 because, you know, they love themselves, they feel confident now, they've gone through personal growth, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And when someone says, hey, you're not a 10, oh, well, hell hath no fury.
So I want to go back in time and make sure you watch the Friday's video as well, guys, right? About delusional women, right? That was last Friday's episode. And I want us to think if women could understand and listen to and accept the truth more often, would we be able to make those?
No.
I don't think so, right?
They wouldn't be in existence.
There would never be any delusional women, right? If groups of women could come together and say, you are not a 10, you need to get your ass to the gym, as guys do, as we as a group of guys, we do consistently. We'll say, hey, you've put on a couple of pounds, why don't you come with me and we'll do a sesh together, right? If women women could do the same bloody thing, we would be in a much better society.
Well, I think I'm going to focus on one of the words that you said, a key word, which is acceptance.
Sesh? Oh.
Well, sesh is a good one too, bruh. But acceptance, I think, is the key, right? I mean, you can hear something all day long and it doesn't matter, but it's about accepting and then applying that acceptance to actions.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. That's a great place to end it. Let's go on to the next clip.
Yeah.
Do men have problems that, let's say, that women don't experience? For example, in statistics, like men have higher rates of suicide, and obviously men die more when it comes to like wars.
Women can go to war.
They always say that stuff, like, well, they can. If we're going to war and your life depends on it, would you rather it be 50-50 men and women or all men?
All men.
Even this girl, like, if you want to win, who would you rather go? You that brainwashed?
Okay, what do we think? It's
Well,
a short little clip here.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. We always say, well, women can go. Yeah, they can. Will they, though?
But I also want to focus on the first part. There's two parts to this clip, really. It's like the first is like, do men experience issues that women do not? Absolutely, right? And the same is also true. Women experience
the opposite
issues,
is true.
right? I will never go through childbirth and the issues associated with that, right? So men have statistically higher, if I remember the facts correctly, put comments in below if I've got this one wrong. For homelessness is higher for guys. For death by suicide is higher as well. And a lot of equality kind of items like that is generally on a higher number for guys than it is for women. And I'm sure there are other statistics that I don't know about for women as well, like in terms of sexual assault and some other bits and stuff like this, right? There is an imbalance, right? So the first part of this was, are there issues that men do not? Absolutely, I don't even think that's in question. Second part, where we've got who would you be more happy if World War III, which is getting slightly more likely by the day as we go into this year, right? Would I be more comfortable with a platoon of men or a platoon of half men, half women? So if you're 8 guys, let's say, right, and you've got 4 guys and 4 women, would you be more confident in that group than if it were 8 guys? Because remember, your life's on the line. You're one of these people. Yeah,
I mean, I would probably be more comfortable with more men. I think men can also, you just have some biological ways or advances, and that's not to say advances, but you have something in you that can withstand harsh conditions like that. Trenches, trench foot and cold and all that, the nitty gritty terrible aspect of war. And I think, me personally, I am Miss Priss. And I know that I can't handle that. And I know women menstruate, and we go through a lot of things with our bodies. And so I would trust a man to be a little bit more clear-headed and like, bam, let's just shoot him up, rather than like, well, should we?
So what we're really saying is that women do need to listen, that they have positives and negatives, right? Strength being a negative. potentially, right? And then if we told them the truth about having positives and negatives and listening to it,
which some people do, some channels do.
Some channels do, right? Make sure you subscribed if you took that reference, right? Yes, we would be better off. So we're still saying, from the original point, biggest issue for women, not listening to the truth. Biggest issue for men, not bloody telling them the truth.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
Let's get to this third clip then.
Yeah.
What is the number one issue facing women today?
Not being raised in a two-parent household.
Had the issue.
Safety. Not being able to walk at night by myself. I'm terrified.
Do you think men can walk home alone at night?
The way that London is right now, yeah, no. But I feel like there's just more risk when you're a woman.
So if I get attacked and a man gets attacked, who's more likely to get help?
The woman. The woman.
Yeah.
Because someone might come across and not even know who to help if it's two men. But with the woman, like I feel like people will automatically go to the woman and be like...
Have you seen those videos of the woman hitting the man and the man hitting the woman?
Yeah.
And it's like they always help the woman and the man. They're like, good luck. Yeah.
All right, so we've got a relatively long clip here. There's a couple things going on. So we bring up again that women don't feel safe at night. The issues that affect both genders differently, right? Not necessarily parity, but differently. And I think the one point that the host is trying to bring out here is like women automatically get the default vote, right? If there are two issues, one guy, one girl, and there's a fight going on, most people will defend the woman.
Like a physical fight?
Sure, or any sort of like fight. So it doesn't have to be physical, it could be emotional or mental or whatever. The women's hotlines are far more usable than male in terms of like how frequently you can get through to someone, what quality of care you can get, those types of things, right? There is a lot of differences between. And most people will default to helping the woman first without even knowing the context of the issue that presents itself.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like, you know, when you're in an emergency situation, women and children first. We've got battered women's shelters, but you don't hear much about battered men's shelters.
Funny,
which is interesting.
Funny.
But there used to be a show on ABC called What Would You Do? And they would do these scenarios in which people would kind of have to make choices based on their morals and ethics and things like that. And they showed one where there was somebody stealing a bicycle. There was a woman, a blonde woman was stealing a bicycle, and everybody said, hey, let me help you with that. They didn't know she was stealing it, but they just assumed, oh, you know, there's a lock on here? Oh, yeah, let me help you cut that. When a man tried to take the bike, oh my God, I'm calling the police. What are you doing? You're stealing this bike. So it's just interesting the way that society views men and women. And I think there are issues facing both, but...
Well, it's because men are the enemy now. I don't know what happened in the last 30 years. I mean, we've only been around on 30 years ourselves, right? But men are the enemy now. And I don't really understand why. Like, the world was built by men. And women, yeah, you've got some catching up to do for like improving the world, like viaducts and buildings and infrastructure and everything. It was all created by men. It wasn't created by women.
Because you had the opportunities. We just didn't have the opportunities to do it.
Well, now you do. Do you want to get out and get on the graft and go and build me a road? No, it's not going to happen, is it? And yeah, and men are the enemy for some reason. I don't really know why, and we need to figure out that to solve that.
Yeah.
And I think we need to get back to men are superior and you will service us.
No. No. Some sort of equal balance that we can attain, please, that is not just, honey, make me a sandwich and yes, dear. Thank you.
And on that bombshell, I think it's time to end the video.
Yeah.
All right. Hope you enjoyed the content. Make sure you comment down below. We like to have the conversations in all the videos. If you do or don't agree with us, great. Make sure you like the video if you got this far, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.